Take two. Let's try this video again. What is up, YouTube? It's Destiny here with you guys, and I'm back with a new video. Today is an exciting video because today I'm going to tell you how I became an inspiring Muslim. So if you're interested, keep watching this video. Don't forget to get this video a thumbs up. Stay subscribed to my channel. I upload at random times. Don't forget to follow me on social media at BabyBeautisDesfa. Also, if you haven't already checked out my previous video, it is about suicide awareness and kind of my intro to this video. We'll link that in the description box below for you guys to watch. A little backstory before I get into the real deal here. I grew up shaman. If you don't know what that is, it is the belief in spirits and all that, and like ritual stuff. Not really witchcraft, I guess you can call it that, but where we don't really like do black magic. So I've always believed in God. When I was in high school, I started dating this guy. I learned more about Christianity through my ex. I thought God was pointing me in that direction, but fast forward to freshman year of college, 2015 I believe, I took a world religions class, and the reason why I took that class is because I wanted to find a religion to believe in and to have a relationship with God. And being in that class, I thought that I would actually become a Christian, but I came out of that class wanting to learn more about the Quran and Islam, and surprisingly we took this test about Christianity. To my surprise, I failed that test. Like, I bombed that test with an F, and it was so surprising because I thought I knew a lot about Christianity, but I didn't. And when I took the Islam test, I passed that test. My mind was set on Christianity. Like, I'm gonna learn Christianity, I'm gonna become a Christian and stuff like that. But I took that class, I came out wanting to learn about the Quran, wanting to have a relationship with God more than ever, and I just found it so interesting because I always asked my friends, like, hey, what does this mean? For example, I asked my friend, let's call him Muhammad Ali, because when we first met, he mentioned Muhammad Ali. I always came to him and asked him questions about the Quran, and he helped me understand the Quran, helped me understand God more. Like, it helped me a lot. So that was one of the reasons why I became even more interested in Islam, because I kept asking questions, I kept seeking answers, and within asking those questions, I understood the Quran more and understood Islam more especially. One of my friends, my best friend, she helped me understand the Quran as well. She helped me with, like, for example, I've always wondered why Muslims don't date. They say they don't date. And when you hear they don't date, you think of, oh, they don't date, so they don't date anyone at all, they just get arranged marriage, they just get married, etc. But I was very curious about that. Like, they don't date, what do they mean by they don't date? So I asked my friend that, I asked my best friend that, and they don't date for the purpose of just dating. If they're gonna date, the goal is to be married. I found that very interesting. So that was another reason why I wanted to learn more about Islam and understand it more. Another thing I learned, I think it was from my friend Muhammad Ali. I'm not sure, I'm pretty sure, but I'm not sure. We talked about how women cover themselves, their hair, their body, and they don't show skin and stuff like that. Before, I just saw it as, oh, that's cool. Like, I have no problem with that. They're just following what they were taught, you know? But Muhammad helped me better understand why they cover themselves. They cover themselves because they don't want to be sexualized. They don't want men staring at them. Basically, they have respect for themselves, and they're being appropriate. I'm not saying if you don't cover yourselves, you're not being respectful towards yourself. I mean, look at me. I wear crop tops. I'm showing my skin, but I still respect myself. But it's like a different kind of way to respect yourself, if you know what I mean. I found that very interesting that they cover themselves for that reason, because Comparing that to the American culture, like a lot of cultures, they like to show skin, they show cleavage, um, and they ask why men are staring at them, why am I being sexualized? One thing that stuck to me as well is that God does not judge, and so you shouldn't judge as well. Meaning, Muhammad Ali, we talked about this as well, or I think I heard someone's story about this. But let's say there's a Muslim woman, but she doesn't wear a headscarf, she doesn't wear a hijab, um, but she's Muslim. That does not mean that she's less of a Muslim than someone else that is wearing a hijab, you know? You can't judge someone on the way that they look or the way that they carry themselves. So I also found that interesting because, I mean, God is free of judgment and you should also be free of judgment because, like me, for example, I am an inspiring Muslim. I'm not wearing a hijab though, but if you actually get to know me, talk to me, and like basically don't judge me, I might be more of a Muslim than you would ever know. Just because I'm not wearing hijab does not mean I'm less of a Muslim, is what I mean. And that's one of the reasons why I fell in love with Islam, is because they're free of judgment. God is free of judgment. Just by asking questions about the Quran and God, and just by taking that world religions class, I became an inspiring Muslim, and I am still struggling on becoming Muslim because I gotta stop eating pork. If you don't know this already, Hmong people, Asian people in general, or I don't know, Hmong people, they eat a lot of pork, I've noticed. And one of my favorite dishes in my Asian culture is pork soup, and whew, that is hard to give up, but I'm pretty sure it'd be worth it in the end. Also, that just reminded me, I've always wondered why they don't eat pork. Like, what's the reason behind why they don't eat pork? And I asked Muhammad that question, and he was like, well, if you look up pigs, and like, they're very nasty animals. Like, they eat their own poop, and it's kind of like you are what you eat. Like, pigs eat their own poop, and obviously if you're eating the pig, then there's poop all up in that. They also carry diseases. I know a lot of animals can carry diseases, but pigs are nasty. And I've come to realize that everything God says in the Quran, like don't drink blood, don't eat pork, stuff like that, like even fast during Ramadan. Everything he says in the Quran is just for you to be safe and healthy. If you really want to go deeper in, everything he says in the Quran is because he loves you and he wants you safe and healthy, and he's doing what's best for you. So that is another reason why I just fell in love with Islam. Don't drink because, you know, you get wasted, you don't feel good. Like, I don't understand why people would drink. Don't eat pork because the animals are nasty. They eat their own poop. Diseases, stuff like that. Fast during Ramadan. One of the most important teachings is because I know fasting is really hard. I haven't fasted yet. I'm going to start middle of August just because I didn't fast during Ramadan and I gotta make that up. So anyways, the purpose of fasting in the Quran is that it'll teach you obedience. Fasting will teach you obedience. It will teach you that world hunger is a thing, homelessness is a thing, and it teaches you to be humble. Like I said, I've tried to read the Bible, I've asked questions about the Bible, and it just never made sense to me. But reading the Quran, learning about Islam, asking questions about Islam made so much more sense to me, and that's one of the reasons why I became an inspiring Muslim. It's really hard to explain because once you have God in your life, once you let God in your life, everything is hard to explain. Like, everything that happens to you. I felt God's greatness before, and I want to feel that again, so that is why I am an inspiring Muslim, and I believe everything in the Quran. I like the, what is it, 4 pillars. Hopefully my story was interesting to you guys. I know you've never seen like an Asian Muslim probably. I've never seen an Asian Muslim. That's another thing as well. I also fell in love with Islam because they don't care what skin you are, what color skin you are. As long as you believe in God, believe in the 4 pillars and stuff like that, then you good to go. You set, you know. They see no color and God sees no color. And yeah, so my story probably wasn't that interesting, but it was probably all over the place as well. But I mean, I did my best. I feel like I'm missing something, but yeah, I'm an inspiring Muslim, and if you are interested in hearing more about my story and following my journey, then please stay subscribed to my channel. Thanks for watching, guys.